Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Greg Sloop, and it's time for Live at 5 on this Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Hope you're having a great day. We are looking at stories and passages, well known ones from the Old Testament. Today, we're up to Numbers chapter 32. We're here in the last days of Moses. He's already told him what's going to happen, the Lord has, and he knows he's not going to make it into the promised land because of his disobedience, but he's still kind of in charge for a little while longer. And we come to the story of the tribes that wanted to settle east of the Jordan. Um, that's part of the promised land that the Israelites like to hold on to. Now, they don't have any of it right now, but they were privy to it when God brought them to the promised land. Let's look at Numbers 32, beginning in verse 1. Now, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of livestock. And when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that indeed the region was a place for livestock, the children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spoke to Moses, to Eleazar the priest, and to the leaders of the congregation, saying, Adaroth, Dibon, Jazer, Nimrah, Heshbon, Elealeh, Shebam, Nebo, and Beon, the country which the Lord defeated before the congregation of Israel, is a land for livestock, and your servants have livestock. Now, what they were talking about is that land on that side of the Jordan, east of the Jordan, is flat land. It's more pasture land. It's better for flocks than to be in the hills of Judea and the surrounding areas. Verse 5 continues, Therefore they said, If we have found favor in your sight, let this land be given to your servants as a possession. Do not take us over the Jordan. And Moses said to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war while you sit here? Now, why will you discourage the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord has given them? Thus your fathers did when I sent them away from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up to the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, so that they did not go into the land which the Lord had given them. So the Lord's anger was aroused on that day, and he swore an oath, saying, Surely none of the men who came up from Egypt from 20 years old and above shall see the land of which I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Lord. Wow, that is a really powerful thing to hear, that only Caleb and Joshua believed they could take the land. And out of all the hundreds of thousands of men that were in this nation at this particular time, they were the only two that qualified to go into the land. Let me continue on. Um, so the Lord's anger was aroused against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was gone. And look, you have risen in your father's place, a brood of sinful men to increase still more the fierce anger of the Lord against Israel. For if you turn away from following him, he will once again leave them in the wilderness, and you will destroy all these people. Moses got a little fired up. He got a little upset. He saw what happened when the children of Israel didn't believe they could go into the promised land the first time. And he's just letting them have it. Well, then we go to verse 16. Then they came near to him and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our livestock and cities for our little ones, but we ourselves will be armed, ready to go before the children of Israel until we have brought them to their place. And our little ones will dwell in the fortified cities because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return to our homes until every one of the children of Israel has received his inheritance, or has possessed his inheritance. For we will not inherit with them on the other side of the Jordan and beyond, because our inheritance has fallen to us on this eastern side of the Jordan. Now, I don't know if they had already planned to do that. I don't know if they just changed their mind once Moses let them have it, but it kind of seems like they weren't planning to go over, because in verse 5 they said, If we found favor in your sight, let this land be given to your servants as a possession. Do not take us over the Jordan. So I think they changed their minds once they heard from Moses about the matter. Verse 20. Then Moses said to them, if you do this thing, if you arm yourselves before the Lord for war, and all your armed men cross over the Jordan before the Lord until he has driven out his enemies from before him, and the land is subdued before the Lord, then afterward you may return and be blameless before the Lord and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord. But if you do not do so, then take note, you have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do what has proceeded out of your mouth. Do what you said you would do. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spoke to Moses, saying, your servants will do as my Lord commands. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our livestock will be there in the cities of Gilead. But your servants will cross over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to do battle, just as my Lord says. So Moses gave command concerning them to Eleazar the priest, to Joshua the son of Nun, and to the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said to them, if the children of Gad and the children of Reuben cross over the Jordan with you, every man armed for battle before the Lord, and the land is subdued before you, then you shall give them the land of Gilead as a possession. But if they do not cross over armed with you, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. Longer story today. We're getting close to the end, though. Then the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, as the Lord has said to your servants, so we will do. We will cross over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, but the possession of our inheritance shall remain with us on this side of the Jordan. So Moses gave to the children of Gad, to the children of Reuben, and to the half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land with its cities within the borders, the cities of the surrounding country. The children of Gad built Dibon and Adaroth and Aror, Atroth and Shophan and Jazer and Jogbehah, Beth Nimrah and Beth Haran, fortified cities and folds for sheep. And the children of Reuben built Heshbon and Elealeh and Kirjathim and Nebo and Baal Meon, their names being changed, and Shibmah. And they gave other names to the cities which they built. So they went ahead and built their houses, they built their gates, they built their cities, they got their families ready, they got them protected, they were in the fortified cities, and then they were going to go to war. Verse 39. And the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorites who were in it. They drove out the Amorites who were in it. So God gave Gilead to Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt in it. Also, Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took its small towns and called them Havoth Jair. Then Nobah went and took Kenath and its villages, and he called it Nobah after his own name. So a solution happened here. There was a discussion. Don't take us into Canaan. Let us stay on this side. This land's better for our flocks. And they said, you can only do that if you first go over into Canaan and you fight with us against all the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and all the other ites that were over there, and help us win our inheritance. Then we'll let you come back to where you are. I don't know how I'm lying, sir, LSCF. I don't know how I'm lying. All I'm doing is reading the Bible, reading the Torah. So I don't know how I'm lying. But hey, I'm sorry if you're offended. All I know is God gave them the promised land. Some of it was on the east of the Jordan, some of it was on the west of the Jordan. But that's God's land that he gave to his special people, Israel. And I don't know what else to tell you except what I read here. I hope you understand. And if I've offended you, I'm so very sorry. Good to see several of you on here today. Sharon Noblet. Wow. Vivian Thompson. It's good to see several of you on here. I know there are others that maybe haven't logged in and shared their name yet, but I'm glad you're here, and I pray that you're blessed. Spend some time with God every day in the Word of God and prayer. It's the best thing you can do all day, and it can change the atmosphere of your day from beginning to end. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please know we're praying for you.